Okay, remember, they're changing my voice. First of all, this video is not to offend the person that I'm responding to. And I'd like the person to verify in the comments that the pictures on the screen were in fact from her profile, and if they're her, that they are in fact her. Okay. So, in a nutshell, Matthew 6:24 proves you wrong definitively. And if you do not believe in God, think about God as the source of moral precision. Wherever you think that moral precision comes from, okay, in the realm of principle or wherever, okay, that's what God is. God is the source of that. He's the creator, what have you. But if you don't believe in a God, think of it as the argument is that you can't serve moral precision in its pure form and money at the same time. So when you say that women should magically be allowed, right, socially speaking, right, in terms of what people think is fair to do, right, in terms of sentiments, moods, behaviors, decisions, right, that they should be allowed to have a financial imperative. You're saying that they should put money over moral precision. That's what you're saying. That's what your comment is saying. You are saying that they should value money, of all things, over moral precision. On a planet where 9 million people starve to death every year, in a developed nation, I'm assuming you're from America or someplace similar, right? You know, you seem like you have a certain amount of money, what have you. Okay? So in a nation where there's lots of money and lots of opportunity, it's not hard to stay alive here as long as you're not a drug addict or something, okay? Or you don't have a deadly disease. You are telling people publicly on social media that you think that they should put blood money over what's right. Mr. Right isn't Mr. Money. He's Mr. Right. Martin Luther King didn't say judge by the content of the wallet, but the content of the character. And you are saying that you think that Martin Luther King is wrong, you think that the top martial artist ever is wrong, you think that the people who wrote the Bible are wrong about this very obvious fact that character is all that matters when you're deciding who to date. Okay, and that includes someone having the character not to date their own sister or something. When people do something that is right in this world called the planet Earth, they are often persecuted. Martin Luther King was killed. Malcolm X was killed. Nelson Mandela was thrown in prison unfairly. People of various races all over the world were tortured and killed for doing what's right. And you would add to that they should be shunned by frickin' women as well, especially attractive women. That's what you're doing. When you say, hey, you need to have a certain amount of money before you try to take a woman on the date, you're adding to the persecution of the most righteous people that ever lived. And I want you to answer this accusation. Again, it's not to insult you, it's to correct you and instruct you. You are adding to the hardship of the most righteous and deserving people that ever lived. The most romantic, the best dates ever, the most righteous, Mr. Right on his right path, on the right path, doing the right thing in his right mind, who's righteous? Mr. Right. You're saying, hey, if you're right beyond a certain point to the point where you're persecuted for being right, that you have no business, according to you, no business asking a female, especially an attractive female, on a date. Don't you see that that's not rational? That's not logical. That's not fair, just, or right. Therefore, your argument, no offense, is not sane.